Chapter 2, Lesson 4, Estimate Sums and Differences. Okay, we're going to use those skills that you learned in Chapter 1 about how to round a number. Now we're going to take those rounded numbers and we're going to either add them or we're going to subtract them. Sums are what we call addition problems and differences are subtraction problems. Let's start with example 1. The Central School District needs 5,481 forks and 2,326 spoons for a school function. About how many forks and spoons will they need altogether? Estimate 5,481 plus 2,326. We're going to round to the hundreds place. Round each number to the nearest hundred, then add. Here's what you need to be aware of. We are not actually going to add those two numbers. Our story problem said about how many. When a story problem says about how many, we need to round and add those numbers. So let's round. 5,481. They told us to round it to the hundreds place. So I need to look at the number that was in my hundreds place, which was a 4. And then I'm going to look at the place to the right to decide whether I'm rounding up or down. I have an 8 there. Since I have an 8, that means I need to round up. Instead of a 4 now in the hundreds place, I'm going to have a 5. Anything that was to the left of my number, I'm going to write down exactly how it was. Everything that's to the right of my number, I'm going to make a 0. 5,481 rounds to 5,500. Now the next number. Again, we're rounding this to the hundreds place. So I'm deciding how I'm going to change or what I'm going to do with my 3. I'm looking at the number to the right to decide what to do. It's a 2. Since it's a 2, I need to round down. When I round down, my digit does not change. So in my hundreds place, I am still going to have a 3. Everything to the left stays the same. Everything to the right becomes a 0. Now I can add these two numbers together. 0 plus 0 is 0. 0 plus 0 is still 0. 5 plus 3 is 8. 5 plus 2 is 7. So, 5,481 plus 2,326 is about 7,800. Remember, that word about tells us that we are rounding. Example 2. Estimate $7,542 minus $3,225. Round to the hundreds place. So we're going to round to that same place again. We're looking at the 5. And the 4 to the right tells us what to do to it. 4 tells us to round down. That means that our 5 is going to stay a 5. Everything to the left stays what it is. Everything to the right becomes a 0. 3,225. The 2 tells us that our hundreds place is going to stay what it already is. We're rounding down. So the 2 in the hundreds place is still a 2. Everything to the left stays the same. Everything to the right becomes a 0. And then we can subtract. 0 minus 0 is 0. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 2 is 3. 7 minus 3 is 4. So the answer to this is about $4,300. One more example. The table shows populations for 2 cities in Kentucky. About how many more people live in Covington than in Ashland? Round each population to the nearest 1,000, then subtract. Okay, this time we're looking at the thousands place and the hundreds place to help us decide what to do. We have an 8 in the hundreds place. That tells us that we need to round up. So our 2 is now going to become a 3. Remember, everything to the left stays the same, so we'll have a 4 there. Everything to the right becomes a 0. We've got a 1 in the thousands place, a 5 in the hundreds. 5 again. 5 or higher, we round up. So our 1 will become a 2. Everything to the left stays the same. Everything to the right becomes a 0. And then we can subtract. 0, 0, 0. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 2 is 2. So we have about 21,000 more people. Okay, we did a lot of examples with that one. There's more practice here for you if you need it. Otherwise, go on to your homework and see what you can do.